Three things which nobody understands about WhatsApp as a business tool or a distribution channel.
I've seen brands driving a lot of retention upsell via WhatsApp business messaging. And the best part is like all the businesses can use, like the largest of the largest enterprise or the smallest kirana or a smallest mom and pop shop, all of them can use this. India runs on two things, if chai and WhatsApp. Everything that you can possibly imagine happens on WhatsApp. I thought this is like only an India phenomena. I've been here. Everything in this country also runs on WhatsApp. Here, people have bought solutions they've integrated with WhatsApp. Every morning we've been ordering like a food from like one of the cafeterias or like a fancy restaurant. They're like, don't call us, just send us a message on WhatsApp.
Wow. If there is a social media influencer and they want to create WhatsApp for business or WhatsApp as a distribution channel for them, what do they need to do for that?
Create a page for their brand, the product that they're selling, service that they're selling. Post relevant content on that channel. The more natural you are or the way you're trying to sort of connect to your audience, you can market yourself.
There is also something called Meta AI integrated with WhatsApp.
Today you have like so many good agentic journeys that are built on WhatsApp. You can call a brand, there's a bot that's going to answer and you will not be able to recognize like whether it's an actual person or a bot, and it's all voice.
There's a lot of conversation going around regarding the culture of a company. Do people leave companies or do they leave bosses?
100% like
I started my career selling SIMs and Forex cards in Chandigarh over a bike. I then moved on to work for one of the largest organizations in the world, which is Meta. And today, I'm here to talk about what can WhatsApp do for your business. Our guest today is Rachit Jain, and we dive into the details of what can WhatsApp do for your business. So Rachit, how has your journey been from the times in Chandigarh to working for somebody like Meta?
first of all, thank you so much for having me. I think, what I would sort of want to start with is life has been like very, very different from the time I like did my post-graduation. Little did I know that this is what life has in for me. As you were saying, like for me, my first job was a job that I didn't sort of really look forward to or sort of imagine myself landing into. It was a typical sales job. As you mentioned, selling SIM cards. I was also selling Forex cards. Not just sort of limited to Chandigarh, but I was basically driving my bike all the way like to different cities in Punjab, Haryana,
Wow.
all of that. And then did that slog for about 6 months. And then realized, that life is not going to be easy. It's difficult, right? Like when you're just out of college, probably from your MBA, most of the cases, you'll be like high-headed. If you've done MBA, probably you've achieved something in life. But the reality knocks you like when you sort of step out. So for me, it was like that experience. But I think whatever I am today is largely because of that job, that 6 months. It taught me resilience. It taught me a lot of things. I went through like depression. That was the first time I got to know like what depression is like. You will be like, what the hell is this? Like every day, how you can go through, like this pressure, etc. Right? But then that teaches you a lot. And from there to this assignment with Meta, life has been like really, really great. And I'm like sort of grateful to God, my family, like that I've got in this opportunity. They've supported me throughout. So for me, I can't complain more. Yeah.
So do you think because you've done that kind of a hustle over bikes in Sangrur or Patiala or Fagwada in Punjab,
Yeah.
right? That's why you value Meta more?
Yes. For me, my life has been hustle. Like I don't know, I'm like I should be saying this, but for me, like this is what like if one thing can sort of sum up for me, like my 38 years of my journey is hustle. Because nothing has sort of come easy, right? Like I had to always sort of fight for everything. Like from the first job, which was Matrix Cellular, selling SIM cards and Forex on a bike, to getting my first big win, which was IBM. That was life changing. Imagine getting a call from one of my friends. She is in Australia now. She told me that, Rachit, you have to 100% like go and apply for it. So IBM back then had a program called as Vitality Hire, and like the objective of that program was that they will go to different cities in India and they will try and like meet as many people as they can, like kids as they can, and they will try and find kids that could be the right fit for sales roles or business roles within IBM. And that program is called as Vitality Hire. So back then in 2010, there were about 600 people. Okay, so taking a step back, I got a call from my friend, and she told me that, Rachit, you have to go and have yourself interviewed for this. And I told her probably yes, but I was still sort of dicey. And the reason why she was pushing me was because I did really well in graduation. I got a degree with distinction, did BCA from Punjab University. So, she naturally thought, there'll be a good fit at IBM. I got conjunctivitis on the same night, like the day before. Like I got conjunctivitis, and I was like, probably this is not meant for me. I remember driving at 6 in the morning, going to that college where IBM had come with a red eye, and part of that group, about 600 plus students. From there, I think they handpicked about 11 or 12. So I was part of that. That meant a lot for me. So I still remember, that the day that I got the offer, I was standing in front of my first jobs office, like Matrix. There is this place in Chandigarh. If you you know Chandigarh really well, but industrial area, there are these showrooms at the ground, and then there probably places where you can work from on the first floor, right? It's like a shady small office. And I just sort of stepped out, 40, 23, 24 years old. And I get this email on my phone, like the first phone that I'd bought probably from my salary, like a BlackBerry, just going through this email and I see, congratulations, is the offer from IBM. That for me was the biggest turning point, early in my career. And then from there, it's the God has been kind. I moved on to HP, then spent time with VMware, spent time with Adobe, and the last assignment was with Meta for about 3.5 years. So can't complain. It's been really good.
So from one culture of moving around on bikes to another corporate and then multiple corporate cultures. So if you had to share one common trait in all your corporate jobs, what would that be?
And when you say common trait, it is more from a,
let's say from a culture perspective or from the way you adopted to that job as a newbie.
Okay. So I think I've been in business development, partnerships, sales roles all throughout my life. And that's largely what I've done. I've done individual contributor roles. I've managed and led teams, built teams as well. And I've also done worn different hats. I think one thing that is sort of common in majority of these business facing jobs, and because you also come from that background, I'm sure you would also agree to this, is that things will not move in the sense you will have to, you need to have a lot more, you need to be a lot more prescriptive. You need to have a lot more persistence. You need to keep pushing for things to happen. They will not happen on their own. At least that's something that has sort of stayed across all the jobs. Probably because majority of these roles has been business focused roles. But I think that is one thing. People will not work unless you
make them work.
Yeah, or probably things will not move. Let's say if you're sitting in front of a customer and trying to sell them something, sell them some service, etc. It will not happen on its own. So you will have to really slog and meet them, help them understand how it adds value to their business, etc. And then only they will decide whether it's for them or not. And then obviously for from a place where they're deciding to actually getting that purchase order, obviously it takes also a lot of time. Right? I'm sure you would agree because you come from that background.
Similar experiences.
Yeah.
I have one very personal question for you.
Okay.
Do people leave companies or do they leave bosses?
It's a classic
question.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the answer, but it's always good when somebody else says the same.
I think the answer is later. 100%. Okay, okay. So I cannot tell you who I met today morning, but I met someone today morning. He's a CXO, and he runs one of the largest telco companies here. And he and I were chatting over coffee, at Dubai Hills, and the conversation was just a very casual conversation. I know him from few years, and it just so happened that I messaged him that I'm here, let's catch up, etc. And then when we were talking, one of the conversations came up, which is that I've now reached at a stage. He told me this, that I don't care about money. I only need two things. I need culture and I need a good boss. So I hope that answers your question. Like, and when he said that to me, and I thought, like, I've been thinking about this since morning today, that like it makes a lot of sense. Like, probably early in your career, you would prioritize money, you would prioritize brands, because everyone would want to do that. I did that, right? Like, I went from Matrix to IBM to HP and then other companies, and then over the years, I'm sure you would also agree that you don't care about brands, or probably, you would not care about uh, money. But I think what you would really care about is the people that you work with and the culture, right? Like, because that's like a deal breaker for me at this stage. Yeah.
There's a lot of conversation going around regarding the culture of a company.
Mm-hmm.
And when we talk of some of the leaders in the market, let's
Yeah.
say the Googles of the world,
Sure.
people always thought culture meant a co-working space, culture meant good food, culture meant all kind of ethnicity being
Yeah.
honored over there.
Yeah.
Is this what culture exactly is in an organization?
I don't think so, right? Like, these are perks. These are good to have perks. But see, for me personally, the way I look at it is that how would my life be if, let's say, all of this is taken away from me tomorrow morning? Would I still be the same person? And if the answer for that is yes, I don't care about it. It is good to have. Yes, if the workplace is serving you good food, you can't like complain, right? Like, the fact that they're taking care of you and the fact that they've thought about this is really good, right? Like, kudos to them. But the fact that your decision of working with that organization is solely because of the food that they serve or the perks that they give, I don't think that's a right thing to do.
Is this a way of them chaining you, creating habits for you?
Probably yes, not that much. I don't know. I don't think that much applicable in India, but outside, yes. Like, I've got my brothers, cousins outside, like they're in States, etc. There, it's like 100% yes. This is like this is something that they will do.
Do you read books?
Yes, some books.
If there is one book or an article you want somebody to read
Mm-hmm.
to understand how to navigate office politics, what would that
Oh
be?
my God! Please tell me the name of that book. I also need to read that book. I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, would you know any book like
I have no clue. I'm
don't know.
struggling. I struggled all my life with just this one topic. I thought maybe you've.
I'll tell you something. Like, jokingly, I was, this is the conversation that I was having with my wife. That off lately, what I feel, a lot of jobs have become like Squid Games, right? Like, every morning you go, you try to save yourself, and like by the time you come back, you will just check.
Is there a remark?
Yeah, it's just weird, right? Like, this is very weird. But
And
like,
I think it is more towards sales or customer facing roles.
all the rules.
It's all the roles.
All the roles. Like, my wife, she's in tech. She leads a team. She tells me this like every day. Every conversation that we have is largely around this. Like, someone said this, usne ye bol diya, and all of that. It just goes on.
And it is somehow it is always the managers, or is it the management?
Both, I think. Like, in what context? Like,
When you talk of office politics, is it the people who are the new joinees?
oh no, your peers, your like skips, your skip plus one, all of them. Like, it's like Squid Games, man. Like, everyone is just trying to like. Probably, I don't know. I may be wrong, but like,
It's like everybody's playing laser tags.
yeah.
Okay.
Probably, I think the market has become very competitive. That could be the reason. I don't know.
Okay, if there is okay, so I'm a graduating from Chandigarh University.
Okay.
Okay, because we are both familiar from that place. We'll take
I
that
love
example.
that place. Yes.
You've done an MBA
Mm-hmm.
and you would be joining a corporate soon.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things you would like to tell that 20-year-old?
Buy your term insurance. Like, please buy your term insurance. No one told me this. I only understood the value of it now. Like, buy it. Like, the sooner you buy it, the better you are. Start saving money. Like, obviously, you're not getting checks.
What
right now.
percentage?
It varies, right? Like, for me, my initial years, I didn't save. It's a very sad conversation, but I remember like, so I was in Bombay, like when I joined IBM, I was in Bombay for about 3 years. And Bombay naturally is very expensive. And I'll get back to your answer like in a minute, but I'm sorry.
No worries,
like,
take your time.
Yeah. So when I moved to Delhi, I didn't have any savings. I probably had about 50,000-60,000 rupees in my bank account. And I was sitting with one of my friends and he said, "Is this the only thing that you've saved in the last 3 years?" I said, "Yes." And then he said, "Are you in your right frame of your mind? Like, what are you going to do, right? Like in life, etc." And I said, "This is okay," right? He said, "No, it's not okay." And then he made me meet like one of the advisors. And that guy obviously was like, "Rachit, you should be saving this much, that, right?" So back then my salary was pretty less, like सबको कम लगती है, but like it was really, really bad. But what he did, like he told me that I will take away 50% of your salary and I'll start putting it in mutual funds. That's what he did. And I said, "How will I manage?" He said, "That is for you to figure out." For 3 months, I didn't know like how to manage my expenses because obviously imagine someone who's getting an X amount and like he's getting used to spending that X amount. Suddenly you're taking away 50% of that. You don't know, right? So for me, that was a difficult thing. But then I learned. I obviously like I didn't continue with the 50%, but like I think I safe getting back to you. So term insurance, investment, like at least 20-30%, and then you start like as your salary increases, like please keep resisting that uh, uh, whatever investment. And then I think the third thing that you should do is work on your soft skills. Like that's really important. Like that's really important.
You've seen Meta change in the last 3.5 years while you were there, right?
Yeah.
You started with a business which was in, let's say, couple of $1 million.
Yes.
And you've seen him grow to close to $1 billion or on road to $1 billion, let's
100%.
say.
Yeah.
You've interacted with 5,000 plus traders across the region, Meta, APAC, ASEAN.
Yeah.
Three things which nobody understands about WhatsApp as a business tool or a distribution channel.
Okay. So I'll first tell you like what this business
Sure. Go ahead.
was all about, and then I'll probably start with something that I always used to like say, like in customer meetings and these external forums. But so let's say technically, when a business is trying to reach out to consumers at scale for everything with respect to an upsell, cross sell, or like an information message, and when all of this is being delivered on a platform like WhatsApp, like
Yeah.
that in my world was called as business messaging. It's relatively new, but it's been around like in a traditional form. You've had A2P SMS, which is like businesses or brands sending you SMS. In our country, it is called as spam. And then you always had like emails, etc. And then like a newer version or newer form of this is business messaging. Now, Meta started like monetizing this, started like building a go-to-market around this like few years ago, and I was part of that team. And and then as you were saying, like couple of millions to like a very large number. This business has scaled a lot. I think what I would want to sort of start with is that in India, there are only two things that drives that country, or India runs on two things, if I can put it that way: chai and WhatsApp. Everything in that country, everything that you can possibly imagine, happens on WhatsApp. I thought this is like only an India phenomena. I've been here like for a few weeks now, like chilling, meeting people, etc. I'm like pleasantly surprised. Like everything in this country also runs on WhatsApp. Every morning we've been ordering like a food from like one of the cafeterias or like a fancy restaurant. They're like, "Don't call us, just send us a message on WhatsApp."
Wow.
And like and they've like taken a step ahead from India, which is in India it is still a lot more hacky, right? Like you would probably not want to pay for services, etc. Here, people have bought like solutions they've integrated with WhatsApp, and like everyone is using it. And the menu cards like has a WhatsApp logo, right? Like you go outside a shop, there's a WhatsApp logo that you can scan and then directly talk to. All of this is organic, right? Same in India. So like it is pretty massive, is what I'm trying to say. Like today, when it comes to commerce, when it comes to customer service, when it comes to a brand looking to market their product, do some upsell, etc. WhatsApp is one of the biggest channels that exists today. And for any brand who's trying to make in, or let's say have that moment that they've arrived, they should definitely not ignore this channel. It's pretty amazing. Like I've seen brands driving a lot of retention upsell via WhatsApp business messaging. And the best part is like all the businesses can use, like the largest of the largest enterprise. or the smallest kirana or a smallest mom and pop shop, all of them can use this.
So is it only for retail customers?
Oh no, it is for all the customers across different verticals. I'll tell you, there are so many distinct use cases. Delhi Metro, if you've been to Delhi recently,
Yes.
you can book tickets on a platform like WhatsApp. If you are taking a DTC bus, you can buy tickets on a platform like WhatsApp. Um, let's say, again, taking an example of Delhi because, I've been there for last few years. But like today, you get your electricity bills on WhatsApp, like sent by the official biller, which is BSES, right? Or a brand like one of the largest e-commerce companies, right? Like they would send you a message that our annual sale has begun. Want to buy this,
I keep
etc.
getting that on my India number.
Yeah, right. So like the use cases are enormous. But I'll tell you most interestingly that I've been staying in South Delhi for a very long time, and a lot of these moms and pop shops now they're using WhatsApp. Like they are marketing their small stores, right? Like Kirana stores.
Yeah.
Like we're based there. Like these are the things that we sell. Like if you want to buy, and like I this asked casually one day, I was out and I asked that lady that where did she get my number from, and she said that probably I would have bought something and I would have given her number. So she's had this long list of numbers with her, and now like some vendor came to her and told her that you can market your store and like whatever numbers you have, we'll digitize it and like start sending these messages on your behalf. And like these messages will not cost that much, right? But imagine for that lady today her biggest competition is that dark store, like quick commerce, right? And
Yeah.
even if she's able to make an incremental 10-15% sale, that's pretty good for her, right?
So Rachit, tell me one use case which a customer gave you
Mm-hmm.
and it came through as a challenge to you and your team.
Mm-hmm.
And then you finally ended up overcoming that and that becoming a separate vertical or a business avenue for Meta.
So I may not be able to sort of comment whether it sort of became a separate business avenue or like a vertical for Meta, but yes, naturally there was a lot of focus on that. But I'll tell you about this use case that was pretty cool, pretty straightforward, but like very cool. So there was this cyclone in Gujarat. I'm just forgetting the name. Some cyclone. Like I think it came in 2023 or 2024, like one of these years. And obviously, I think the way it was, the way the whole path of that cyclone was that it was supposed to hit like 3-4 coastal towns in Gujarat, and actually, like what a lot of people were saying that it will cause a lot of devastation, and like public life, property, all of that, right? So how do you disseminate this knowledge? Like this, sorry, my bad, not knowledge. Like how do you disseminate this information to people in real time? Like imagine like people who are staying on the coastal towns and all, like the weather is bad, like electricity is not there, all of that. You can't expect to like air. You just cannot air this message on a radio or can show this on TV, etc. Right? Like so one of the governments, I think they worked with one of the partners, and overnight they sent out millions of messages to the citizens, and this was pretty amazing. Like if you really think about it, like as a citizen, my government is telling me that these are the things that I need to take care of to keep myself and my family safe. This is the path that the cyclone is going to take, all of that. And when this was done, like touchwood, like there's been like very limited cyclones in a country like India, but a lot of other states have sort of experimented now, you know, like for a similar use case. There's another pretty interesting thing I remember that is very close to me, which is one of these states embracing WhatsApp for everything around citizen-centric services. So think of you being able to buy temple tickets on a platform like WhatsApp, you being able to buy bus tickets on a platform like WhatsApp, you being able to download your property records, pay taxes, download like death certificates, birth certificates, all of it on WhatsApp. And like when this went live, naturally other states were like, we also want to do this. And like a lot of states are now doing this.
So let's say if I'm Shah Rukh Khan, while I would love to complete this line and add more to this.
I want him to see you right now.
So
See me also in that post.
so let's say if I'm Shah Rukh Khan and I want to use WhatsApp
Sure.
beyond just sending a message to my friends for coming over and watching the bads of Bollywood for my son, what can I use WhatsApp for?
I know like a couple of studios, they've leveraged platform like WhatsApp Business for the movies or like the TV series, they've released. I know I'm not able to recollect the name of the movie, but like some South Indian studio, like a very massive fan base, very large cast, they promoted their movie via platform like WhatsApp. So technically, like let's say, they were able to create a lot of buzz and excitement. So what they did, not only they sent out messages, etc., they created a sticker pack on WhatsApp, and like when the business was sending these messages, you could like reply back with these stickers, etc. So it created that moment for that studio. So a lot of studios, I'm sure they're already doing it, or if they're not doing this, they can 100% do this.
So WhatsApp initially started as a one-to-one messaging tool.
Yeah.
Then it became broadcast channels.
Okay.
Today you are telling me about WhatsApp integrating with business.
Yeah, which is called as WhatsApp Business.
Where are we leading to in 5 years from now?
I think it is a channel that people like using, and people use that to talk to their friends, families, and now businesses are also finding that channel of utmost importance when it comes to interacting with their own consumers at scale, etc. Which is why businesses are naturally embracing a channel like WhatsApp. So I don't know. Like I think 5 years is far out. Like with this whole AI and all, I'm like, there's a lot that's happening like every 6 months. So I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. It's too long of a period today. Probably if you would have asked me like 5 years ago, I would have told you something. Like, but at least in the last 1 year, we've seen so much disruption, right?
True.
Yeah.
With all this tech coming in, do you think people are losing jobs only because of AI and all this tech?
I think I've like I've heard a lot of analysts and a lot of subject matter experts saying the same thing again and again, and I'm just gonna repeat it, which is the first jobs that are gonna be hit would be a lot of these jobs that can be automated, like and customer service jobs. So think of people sitting in contact centers, asking your, answering to your queries, etc. All of this can be done with AI better, faster, cheaper. Like I'm sure these would be the first to go. Today you have like so many good agentic journeys that are built on WhatsApp, by the way, right? Like so you can call a brand, there's a bot that's gonna answer, and you will not be able to recognize like whether it's an actual person or a bot, and that entire conversation is managed end to end by,
And this is over a voice.
it's all voice. Yeah, and so this would be the first industry, and then obviously a lot of these repetitive jobs which has repetitive tasks like data entry, probably I think are the ones that are gonna go first. Uh, for us, like probably who's young today, like trying to get into this corporate grind, trying to make a career, I think it is very important to ensure that they're skilled, they understand these modern skills, etc., and then they are like making themselves ready for these jobs that don't exist today. Like I think what will happen in the next 5 years is that we will have like very different jobs that we can't even like imagine. For instance, no one knew what prompt engineering was like few years till
Yeah.
few years ago, right? Like it is very new. I'm sure we will see some similar jobs in the next 5 years. So like these young kids who are getting into college or getting out of college, I'm sure they are better placed to like embrace this new future as opposed to probably oldies like me or you.
So my 10-year-old son, 3 years ago,
Okay.
which is when he was 7,
Yeah.
had a summer camp which was in the metaverse. So they had to all create their avatars,
Wow.
wear those goggles,
Okay.
ride their bicycles, which
Yeah.
they bought from that money in that
Okay.
metaverse,
Yeah.
and go to a class, 7 of them sitting over there discussing about a habit app, as in a habit tracker app, which they were building over there.
Wow.
And eventually they built that app and showed it as part of their summer project.
Wow.
This is 3 years ago when he was 7. And today he's exposed to far more technology.
100%. Like I'm now thinking what my
What were you doing as a 7-year-old?
And I never went to a summer camp, huh? Like I never went to a summer camp. Like we didn't have this concept.
Exactly.
We had like Nani ka house or Dadi ka house. That was summer camp for me. Like summer holidays.
For a month.
For a month, probably, yes. Like that was the best period, yes.
Okay. Dubai is so much about real estate.
Yeah.
WhatsApp, real estate. Is it a marriage or a divorce?
It's a marriage for sure. Like I'm not buying a house. I'm sure you would be able to comment better on it. But like I've seen a lot of realtors today, like not realtors, just like any business in this country, like the first message that they send you on WhatsApp. Like the realtors will send you messages on WhatsApp, like, these are the properties that, are upcoming, this is like expression of interest. All of that is done on WhatsApp today. Everything end to end is done on WhatsApp today. It's a marriage made in heaven.
From being a social media platform like Facebook to integrating WhatsApp, Meta has now moved forward with Meta glasses from virtual reality to mixed reality. What is the future of all this growth?
We will see a lot more of it from Meta and a lot of other companies. I think that there are a lot of others. There a lot of companies that are doing like really good work. They're creating market. Apple is trying to do that. Meta is trying to do that. And I'm sure you and I will see a lot more companies entering into this space. And I think mixed reality in general will find a lot of use cases in real life. So probably in about 5 years from now, or maybe like even earlier, like 3 years from now, you and I would be wearing a glass and having this conversation a little differently.
Yeah, maybe we'll record a podcast in a virtual
I
scenario.
would want to do that, man, with you.
Maybe I'm sitting over here and you're sitting in Mars recording a podcast with us.
Oh yeah, I would love to do that, man. 100% love to do that.
You have a fascination of two things in life. Both start from S, shoes and space.
Yeah.
How did this make start in your life?
I don't know. Shoes for me is, I don't know, like when did it started? But I have about 40 odd pairs, 40, 45 odd pairs. And like I've got majority all of the brands that you and I like know. It's just that I like buying shoes. I've been collecting them. My go-to are like still about 3-4 pairs that I will rugglify everywhere. But like everything else, I will save or wear like at special occasions, etc. But space for me has been like this fascination is like pretty old. Like I've been into space in general for a very, very long time. And I've spent a lot of time reading, trying to understand. I'm not nowhere like I'm not a subject matter expert. I probably have like the slightest of the clue in terms of how this world works, etc. But the fact that you and I exist and we are having this conversation, this amazes me, right? Like just think about it, like for a minute. Like in the larger scheme of things, you and I are both like speck of like probably dust, right? And then the fact that we're able to have these conversations, this thing exists, all of it like is pretty weird, right? If you really think about it. Like, so it sort of really boils down to this simple thing that who created us and like all of that, right? And that's how this obsession started. And yeah, in general, like there are a lot of these good companies that are trying to find an answer for it. I don't know if in this lifetime you and I will get to see an answer for it, but there are so many good companies that are trying to do like some fascinating things within this whole.
Tell me the top two companies which come into your mind when I say the word space exploration.
I think that would definitely be SpaceX and like Blue Origin for sure. There are so many different startups now, other than these two large
SpaceX with Elon Musk
and
Blue Origin with
Jeff Bezos. Both of them, they're trying to do like fascinating things, right? Like I don't know, like I'm gonna come across as nerd, but I'll tell you this, and like feel free to edit this if my math is wrong. But like this guy Elon Musk, I think when he got into when he started SpaceX, people probably laughed like, yeah, like he doesn't understand space, etc. Right? Like I don't understand that. I don't know anything, but he and his team, like again, like going back to that same conversation, like what is like really being consistent across the 15 years. I think persistence, right? Like it has to happen. Like it needs to happen, right? And he and his team, like imagine till this date, like a few years ago, we didn't see any rockets that could go up and come back and land. His team made that possible. Like, you know, imagine like rocket which has, like so enormous and like has so much weight, going to the space, deploying the satellites, and then coming back and land. And be able to land on like four tiny, teeny legs, right? Like, how fascinating that is. Like, imagine like the precision that you need for that to happen, right? Like, everything is calculated. Like, when it lands on that whatever thing is called, like something like this, it lands at that
Exact spot.
like every single time, and then now being able to reuse these rockets, so that obviously the cost comes down. Like, who could have think of this, right? And so this guy, like, he's trying to build this rocket that will take people to Mars or like whatever, right? Like, this is called as uh, Star something. I don't know. Like, this is bad for me to not remember this name, but like whatever, right? So this is a very large rocket that he's building, and there's a funny thing. Like, so he creates a lot of memes, etc. So this rocket is, I think, about 60 meters tall. So like the uh, the thing that powers the rocket is about 40 meters.
The propeller.
It's not called as propeller. It's called as it has the tank and the engines. Like, yeah. So I don't know what it's called. Like, just
Fair
like
enough.
we can find an answer for it later. But yeah, 40 meters and probably like 20 meters or 25 meters, something like that. Like about 60 meters in total. 40 meters is 4 stories, correct? Like four and a half,
Almost, yeah.
probably, right? And it has 36 engines. Like, again, a nerd knows this. Like, these engines are called as Merlin engines. Like the funny name that he's come up with. But the reason I'm telling you this is something else. This thing lifts off. It's pretty heavy. It's the largest rocket ever made. Like, the largest rocket ever made. It lifts off. It goes. It separates. The rocket goes and like does whatever it needs to do. The whole thing, like the booster, right? Like, the booster comes back and is then caught by 2 arms that are suspended in the air, and it catches it like this. And this is a 40 meter or probably longer. It's suspended by 36 inches. It is like caught in the mid-air with precision. And you're not able to do this just once, but like repeatedly. And they're testing this, right? Like, that for me was like, what a time to be alive, right? Like, sorry, this is like, I'm nerding out, but yeah. But this is pretty fun, man.
The spark in your eyes tells me that this is a conversation we could have a separate podcast on for sure.
I like it a lot.
My son loves the space. He wants to talk about the universe all the time.
He and I should do a podcast.
So I should definitely call him and you together once.
Wow.
If there is a social media influencer looking at this episode right now and they want to enhance their presence and create WhatsApp for business or WhatsApp as a distribution channel for them, what do they need to do for that?
I think the first thing that they need to do is to start embracing WhatsApp channels, create a page or a channel for their brand, themselves, the product that they're selling, service that they're selling, etc. And like start marketing that to their followers, and then post relevant content on that channel, right? Like things that you're unlocking, like achievements, or probably let's say if they're trying to sell a product, things that this product does, all of that, right? Like tutorials, whatever, right? Like, the objective is that, like, the more natural you are, or the way you're trying to sort of connect to your audience, like, if you're able to build that community, in long run, you can like market yourself and try and sell a product via that channel, right? Like, obviously, like the majority of the businesses today, like the reason why they embrace social media is because they're trying to create distribution for themselves, right? Yeah. So that's the thing that you need to.
Similar to WhatsApp, there are so many messaging apps that have come. Why has nobody been able to replace WhatsApp till now?
I'm again going back to the same thing that you said. It is ease of use. The fact it is very intuitive. It's just sticks, man. It works. It's no frills. It works. I think a lot of these other apps, they're trying to do everything. I think they, like Meta, focuses on doing messaging. Like,
Now, when I download a WhatsApp on my phone, there is also something called Meta AI integrated with WhatsApp. What is the objective of that Meta AI integration?
I think you can ask questions like with respect to, let's say, if you're trying to find a recipe, or like trying to ask any like question in general, like what's the weather like, or what's new in the city, all of that. Now you can do that on a platform or an app like WhatsApp. One thing that a lot of people don't know, and I also figured this out myself, which is, let's say if you're in a group, and like if you've got family members in a group or friends in a group, you can tag Meta AI, like @Meta AI, and then probably ask it some question. Like, let's say, what is this conversation all about? All of that. And it's going to summarize that for you. Try that.
But that will be visible to the other members of the group as well.
Yeah. Or maybe like, let's say if in a group you guys are trying to figure out like what are these top 3 places that you need to see in, let's say, Abu Dhabi, right? And all of you guys are like not able to figure out, like just tag Meta AI and tell Meta AI to find that for you. It'll like list down 3 places in that group so everyone can see. It's pretty smart, right? Like that's how I use it for, like, but I am sure like someone, like people use.
So do you use that same Meta AI to find out which are the top 5 restaurants you want to have?
That I know. Like, I have a different way of finding places. Like I'm a big foodie, so I find I spend a lot of time in figuring out like what place serves what and like where can I get good food.
There was a popular video recently wherein 2 AI agents, when they realized that they're both AI agents,
Yeah, and this
they started talking in beep beep language.
Yeah, that was fun, man.
That was fun,
Yeah,
but scary fun.
it's okay. Let them have fun, right? Like
Okay.
I don't know. Like a lot of people say that do you know what StarNet is, or like
No, please go ahead.
Okay, it's a pretty funny thing, but like if you've seen Terminator, StarNet, if I'm not mistaken, was this AI that went rogue and then started creating robots and started taking over the world, which is what like the premise of Terminator movies is, right? Like, so a lot of people say that we're witnessing StarNet being created right now, and probably few years, decades from now. I don't know, man.
You never know.
You never know.
And then maybe one day you'll be there. I'll be back.
Yeah,
Can you just say that once? I'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. How much of AI is too much AI?
I don't know. I use this usually as a companion, like things that I find like very repetitive, or things that requires a lot of time to proofread, etc., is where I largely use the AI for. Not more than anything else than that. I think that's largely where I use ChatGPT or a lot of these others. My favorite is ChatGPT because I've been using it for about a year and a half now.
And now it understands your language.
It understands my language. I've just gotten used to it. If someone tells me that use like a different LLM, I don't think I'll be able to, like start using. I've tried. I didn't like it. Again, like a bias now. Like this works better for me, which is what a lot of these AI companies are trying to now do, right? Like let's say if you get used to one of these LLMs, the chances are that you will want to keep using it because the switching cost is so high. Like because this agent knows so much about you, you'll have to teach everything to that new agent, and that you don't want to do, right? Like so, which is why you and I are the product, and not like it's not free.
A lot of these AI companies,
Yeah,
they're trying to get something new, something amazing.
yeah,
And I recently heard about that news of Perplexity trying to buy Chrome.
yeah.
Why do they want the browsers?
Distribution. Like what the content creators are trying to do. Every business is trying to create distribution for themselves, right? Like the more quickly you can get in front of more people, like the chances are that you'll be able to build a bigger, faster, better business, right? And in that process, sell a product or service, right? That's largely what they're trying to do. I think Chrome today is used by over 2 billion people or 3 billion people. Like imagine that kind of distribution if you get overnight. Like you suddenly like that AI then is used by these many people, like probably a percentage of that people, 20-30% of people, versus probably like a couple of millions that are using today. That's a massive amount of information that you'll then be able to use your LLMs, and then obviously improve the models that does not exist today, and then obviously in general like improve everything around like reasoning, etc. This is why I think what they're doing, I'm just sort of thinking on the feet, but that's pretty much what I think this is about.
A lot of development is happening in AI. And the people who are the engineers working on this as a solution are saying, At times, it is going out of our hands,
Okay.
which means AI and regulation are not going to be in sync with each other.
Okay. Okay.
What if AI goes rogue?
Yeah.
What happens in that case?
You and I will have to figure out a place where we can hide. I don't know. Like, that's the easiest thing that I can say at this stage. See, I think the way I see it, or at least what is happening in the marketplace, is that a lot of people really don't know like what's going to happen in 5 years from now. I'm sure someone has an answer. It's just that you and I probably, like, as consumer, we don't know, and which is why our understanding on this is very limited. But I'm sure like there'll be like industries that'll be disrupted. There'll be jobs that'll be disrupted. Likewise, you will have like episodes where probably AI went rogue, and then that'll become a very big news. And I'm sure someone will figure a way to control this, or like uh, find a way so that it helps all of us in the long run.
True. If somebody is graduating from a college today and has a choice of reading 3 books, what should those 3 books be?
Read Atomic Habits. You'll become a better person. Read Psychology of Money. You'll know where to invest, how to invest, etc. And then read The Martian. Not because you should become a science nerd, but it'll teach you like what or how people behave when they land into difficult situations. It's a science fiction, but still it's fun, and it'll teach you a lot about resistance, etc.
Rachit, when you look at your life and you had to summarize your life in 2 lines and inspire someone, what would you tell them?
I think personally, for me, I don't know why I'm getting goosebumps. Like, but this is like real. This is happening in front of you. I don't know why I'm getting this, but for me, as I was saying, that my life has been hustle, and I don't know why it's been like that. But for me, I think something that is very important or has been very consistent throughout is that you need to work hard. You need to. There's no shortcut. Like whosoever tells you that there is overnight success, there is no such thing like that. You have to work on your skills, your network, whatever like you are into. You will have to work on it to perfect your trade, and only then people will start to recognize you. But again, they will question your strengths, all of that, right? They will say that you're a nobody, you're a fap. All of that is okay. Just like don't get that. Don't like think much about it. Like just keep doing what you're doing. And then I think keep your chin up. Like a lot of people will come to you and tell you that you are wrong. It's okay. Like just ignore the noise and surround yourself with like right people. That's the most important thing. Like I can tell anyone, like I didn't know this. Like if you're with a person that is smarter than you, better than you, please be friends with them as opposed to like wasting your time. Like there's so much that you will learn that you cannot even imagine. That person may change your life.
I think that has to be the mantra of this episode as well. Be around smarter people,
100%.
understand what they want to say, hustle, don't expect results on day one.
Yeah, there's no
Keep
overnight
working
success.
hard.
Yeah.
There is no shortcut to success.
Yes.
Everybody knows the English. You are somebody who has portrayed this in multiple roles in your personal and private life.
Yeah.
And that's what we want our audience to take away from today's episode.
Okay.
And on this note, we want to thank Rachit for being a part of today's journey. With Project Live, we have taken a sneak peek into his life and understood that beyond business, beyond WhatsApp, beyond Meta, beyond Adobe, beyond any corporate life, at the end, it is just about the hustle. It is just about the confidence that yes, in the end, everything will be fine.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
That's the most important thing. Thank you.
Thanks.
Do let us know in the comments which part of Rachit's journey you recognize yourself with, and what do you think? Is AI going to take over the world someday?